education in arts and sciences. Two human beings are standing on the top of a mountain, and both of them are staring at something that is of utmost beauty and of utmost complexity, and yet one will tell that it's made by design, by thought and intention, and yet the other one will claim that all arose by chance in the period of many years as a result of chemicals, and then through random mutation and natural selection, life appeared and evolved, and here we are. Arts and sciences in the 21st century in most of the schools are based on the works of atheistic and materialistic presuppositions, where our Christian education is based and it's built on the assumption and belief that the Lord is our creator and sustainer of everything that exists. It makes all the differences of how any learning and knowledge find its end. Isn't it all but a choice how we decide to build the base of our knowledge?
It's an interesting lesson that we have for this week. From one side, it looks at how much we have to learn and how good it is. On the other side, it warns about how bad it can turn, and that it's not just about knowledge.
From the beauty of His creation, we can learn about God. And without an excuse, says Paul, we can learn about His love for beauty. However, beauty isn't always holiness. Things got distorted after Adam and Eve ate from the forbidden fruit. When learning about arts and science, we have to be mindful of what the scripture teaches us about good and holy. Beauty can be deceiving, but holiness can be a shield against distortion. As much as of what surrounds us is a reflection of our Creator, it's the combination of both nature and His holiness that remains truly beautiful. Separate them, and our eyes and our hearts could be tricked.
Many times we see what we want to see, or what we are opened to see. Art can be really beautiful or very distorted. It's subjective. But beauty has also a moral dimension. And this is where things get really interesting and sophisticated. But in the essence, it does matter what moral choices one makes, what drives the artist. And in the context of Christian education, this is important to be understood. Science is also something amazing, but it's just a tool. It's a collection of rules, principles, knowledge, etc. in a system that can produce amazing discoveries and that helps us develop as societies and people. But it's also very heavily influenced by some choices that we make outside of the scientific domain.
Is there such a knowledge that is false? You better believe it. Apostle Paul was concerned about the false knowledge, even in the first century church. He warns Timothy about information, teachings, and beliefs that could be and might be out flat wrong. So we need to exercise caution when trusting any knowledge. But how do we filter what is and what is not false knowledge? The history has shown so many examples of false knowledge and truths of the day that lost their credibility.
Science believed some incredible things that today are proven false. And every day, scientists make many new discoveries that previously were wrongly understood as well. And this is okay. This is how we grow in knowledge. But this is also where the proper mindset and approach are very important. Humility, that we don't know and that we cannot explain everything. And this is where foolishness and wisdom can have so different meaning, especially if we deem ourselves as the ultimate authority to judge. From biblical perspective, talking about Christian education. Putting God at the beginning and in the center of our existence, as our creator and the one who is sustaining our life, it makes a dramatic difference in how we approach and how we perceive arts and sciences that are the subject of this week's study.
Lastly, arts and science can bring the brilliance out of our minds, and we can produce scientific breakthroughs thanks to knowledge and ability. However, is it possible to be at the same time a brilliant scholar or artist and live a life in a soulful emptiness? Is it possible to exploit our brilliance to the point of engineering destructive weapons or biological weapons or social injustices? We know the answer. My conclusion is that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of any knowledge, or the fear of the Lord should be the beginning of any knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. Let's make our choice wisely on what do we build the base of our knowledge. And of course, join us next week when we're going to look at the lesson, The Christian and Work.